Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Sivo TV for the iBUYPOWER Cup with Van Silly and Dusk getting ready for the second map, this time chosen by Selfless. It is going to be DE Cash. Looking through the Intel roster rundown, we have Nifty, Mitch, Uber, Mainline, and Relics. And for Cloud9, Stewie 2K, Shroud, Freakazoid, Skadoodle, and Nothing. As it looks like Cloud9 will decide to choose here to play on the T side first, unless for the iBUYPOWER Cup, whoever chooses map also gets the
No,
T
you're
side.
right. You nailed it the first time.
Weird.
You nailed it the first time. You got it.
All right, so let's see what Cloud9 will try to do. Interesting that they actually start on the T side.
Yeah, I mean, usually the CT side, their stronger side, pretty much map pool wide. Though we did see them actually really branch out yesterday on Mirage and do really well on the T side against Optic. So this is one of the maps they're most comfortable with. I like this tactic. They're going to boost up 3 middle, looking to attack the save bomb site by splitting the highway with heavy numbers. Or actually, it's just Freakazoid. He will spot the stack at quad. That's a lot of information gained.
Freakazoid does spot a few more towards that highway side, moving up there as Uber trying to get some kills towards his quad, but quickly gets rained down by the Glocks here of Cloud9. The same thing for his teammates inside the A-bomb side and also at truck side. And already, we push down towards the truck as well, but Freakazoid finally gets flanked by Mainline. And he's looking to get some entries, but now he's the last man standing on that retake, and Cloud9 easily wins that pistol.
Yeah, I can't tell you how important it was when Freakazoid came up highway that he saw that they were doing a stack behind quad and just knowing that 2 players are there. And then, on top of that, he spots a 3rd guy in Z. So, I mean, he got so much information just from one peek, right? Just really set Cloud9 up really well to know exactly what they needed to worry about as they press into that A-bomb site. So, really nicely done. They're going to go ahead and get the 1-0 start, carrying over that momentum from a big map 1 win on Dust 2. So we're going to see a B-bomb side stack here from Selfless. They're even going to boost up a player to do like a high-low, I think, at the close side.
Yeah, and that's fine too, right? I mean, you see sometimes the gamble stacks towards B-bomb sites of Inferno when they're trying to eco. Same thing that they did basically when it was like, what, round number 20-something, when they were about to lose. It was like 14-5. They actually stacked towards that B-bomb side on Dust 2. They actually were able to get that win. But this time for Cloud9, they are lurking slowly towards that A main and trying to get that information first was Uber. But they've already split up on that same thing for the pistol round for Cloud9, so they've taken control of that CT spawn with Stewie 2K this time playing towards the truck.
Absolutely. He was the one coming up highway to try to see if he can catch any rotations here at middle. Now he'll just post up at the truck and now press through with that MAC-10, try to collect some more bonus cash as this MAC-10 is going to pay for itself for sure here any moment now. And Cloud9 going to go up 2-0. So yeah, just working some fast stuff at A. Looks like they'll be able to get that 3-0 start as, of course, the buy up from Selfless did not pay off, and they'll have to take a full save next round. So Cloud9, they're not letting up, man.
And it's fine for him to try to save his pistol armor right now. It is a huge investment, but Freakazoid reads him like a book, peeks out, goes for the MAC-10 headshot, so that adds money for Freakazoid. That 2-0 call, as we mentioned it here, Dust, but at the same time, if you look at this early scoreboard, there's really only 1 kill for the CT side across the board, and that's with Mitch. So the investment that they had with the forced pistol buy did not come in fruition after all, where they could actually damage the economy of Cloud9. If anything, it's more that they added to the bank for their opponents.
Yeah, I mean, the MAC-10's firing off. Now we're going to see a mid-stack. All 5 players coming mid. So we can blind them all with that flash and lines up only 2, though. Still a lot of money, though. And now we're going to see Selfless trying to press through, and they're just going to get mowed down.
Yeah, not only that, yeah, he maybe only got 2, he died, but also 2 others were down to sub 50 HP. So he did his mark, he did his part. And he actually has $7,700 with the rest of his team are looking very healthy in terms of that money economy. It's going to be a really rough buy right now for Selfless. They don't have any kids to work with. At least you have the op coming in the hands of Nifty. But again, if they lose this one here, they're going to see that that save coming back in for Selfless one more time.
Absolutely. So Cloud9 can get that 5-0 start if they can win this round here. That would be just detrimental to Selfless's morale, I feel like, after what happened in the last map. But Nifty, he's filled Kusa's shoes pretty well at this op so far. Talking about it pre-game, he's put up some good numbers, especially against Luminosity yesterday. So we'll see if he can get it done here. So you are going to see Stewie doing a little bit of a pop flash, try to see if he can't step out mid a bit. Meanwhile, the rest of Cloud9 sitting up for A main. They're a very A execute-oriented team. So that's what they're going to line up for right here in their first round with guns.
It's crazy what Stewie did at the same time, though, because Nifty's really opted towards the other side of that Z-shaped hallway. The thing is, though, is he's only watching the right side of that garage. So that pop flash up and down from the red box, he's safe for a little bit there. But if he continues peeking towards that right side, he'll get picked off. But he's actually lurking from the catwalk side. This could be huge. You'll see this Cloud9 pinch coming in again. We're in the eyes of Uber. They do have a two-man stack towards that A side, and they're slowly pinching that area, and they might miss that communication because Stewie is already on the other side of the headshot
they're doing the
box.
boost. They're doing the boost themselves. They boost the player over, I think, at the boxes. They're going to get some elevation here. Here you see it. They're going to get on top. Freakazoid being the base, nothing jumping up.
They were also able to take down Stewie 2K, so at least there's no pinch and trying to hold as much as they can towards that A-bomb site, but that boost came into fruition. They easily dispatched towards that stack inside the A-bomb site. Also with the AWP from Skadoodle at the forklift is going to take down the last guy trying to rotate across. So Mitch, one more time, playing that B, is going to have to try to save one more time on his own. And it's against a four-man roster here of Cloud9 as he's trying to lurk back past the Toxic to come back towards the T-spawn.
Yeah, that's actually something I saw Cloud9 doing yesterday against Optic, was they'd put a smoke up next to where CTs would normally boost to have that ninja spot to watch A main, and they use it themselves to kind of get some height over to peek into the A site. And you saw nothing actually using it there, I think, to get one frag. No, he didn't get any frags, actually, but it got him a little bit of intel, I guess. And Cloud9 going to go ahead and get the 4-0 start, very likely going to roll this over into a 5-0 lead, as Selfless doesn't really have the money to contest them. They have a couple of upgraded pistols, but for the most part, Cloud9 in the clear advantage this round. I mean, this series is just going nothing like I expected. I thought it'd be, really close game. So far, one-sided does two for Cloud9. This one's starting out that way.
And it's just small things, right? I mean, like we just mentioned before, how Stewie 2K is able to creep up towards angles that are not being watched by Selfless. At least from what I'm experiencing in this map here, they're not watching the right angles, and Cloud9 is just, with their aggressive playstyle that they have when they're trying to get these entries, they're just catching them and backstabbing them every single time.
Yeah, I mean, Selfless is just straight up getting out-fragged. I mean, that's really the best way I can put it. It's really that simple.
Another stack towards the A-bomb side. Three guys with pistols. Uber with a CZ small armor. Mitch dying already towards the B-bomb side because Stewie 2K is actually lurking around. And there you go. See, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's watching a Z-shaped hallway. A one-tap from Stewie 2K as he takes down Relics. But at least Shroud also made some damage there because of that. He was able to get that kill quite easily with that one-tap. So we go opping towards A main. And then the lurker going to work again. Stewie catching mainline off the rotation. So it's just spots they're not watching for Selfless. And it's really not working out for them in terms of nobody's able to watch their regular spots like A main or towards B main because they're just getting backstabbed one more time.
It's one of those things where like people would say Cloud9 maybe had their Wheaties this morning. It was probably more like breakfast burritos. But meanwhile, Selfless woke up on the wrong side of the bed, man. Like they're just not hitting their shots. It was very evident on Dust 2, and it seems to have rolled over here to Cash. They need to wake up. They need an energy boost or something.
Well, it's the money economy system as well. They lost the pistol round. They had to pretty much buy pistols for the next two. They tried to go for the first real gun round. They lost it quite easily. This is where maybe they could try to maybe learn a little bit how Cloud9 have worked the last 5 rounds, where they could try to bring it back here in this gun round now.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud9 setting up the exact same way they did in the first round. They had Skadoodle actually watching the B push, Dewey getting control of middle by himself, and the rest setting up for an A execute. So it's literally a mirror image of what they did the last round they won. The difference this time is Selfless do have a stack at the A-bomb. They have Nifty opping the back of quad for highway with 2 other players in the site, and Mitch actually picks up Stewie 2K at the vent, so now they have a man advantage on top of it.
Yeah, Stewie 2K, it's worked a few times, but this time with the rifle it didn't. They're trying to get information. Uber peeks out and dies. So a little bit of a misstep there going on for Selfless because they had the 1-minute advantage, then they just decided to go for body peeks to try to get the information. But they already had a stack of 3 guys towards the bomb side, a stack of 2 guys towards the B bomb side. But nonetheless, they still wanted to try to peek to get information and got picked off.
They literally had everything going their way, man. They had a stack in the A-bomb site. They got the opening pick with Mitch catching Stewie 2K in the vents. It was looking pristine for them. The big problem that happened there, I don't know if you've actually caught it, but what happened was just Shroud was able to get outdoor and kill a guy holding A main because the quad player Nifty wasn't peeking that angle. So Shroud literally gets out of squeaky door for free when the quad player probably should be able to pick him up, and he gets both those kills. That's massive, man, when that happens.
And the reason why is because Selfless is strat that round. They only really counted Nifty to opt down towards that highway because nobody was watching that mid side. So they boosted mainline inside the vent, so that covers any lurkers towards that mid side to try to push inside the vent. He actually won that fight against Stewie 2K. He got mollied off and had to drop into checkers, but then Nifty was still watching in case somebody was pushing towards Z. So by getting that kill, the last two guys, Uber and Relics, they just had to focus on that blue door from sight and A main from Forklift. But after that initial kill, when Uber died at A main, that gave an opening right now for a shot to come out the blue door, and also Skadoodle come out towards A main, and that's how they pinched towards Skylar at the same time.
Yeah, Shot really got just loose there. I mean, he got out there. No one was really watching him. He was able to find both the frags they needed to secure the A-bomb site. Now it's 6-0 for Cloud9. Selfless on max bonus. They're able to get another buy here right away, but what can they do? Cloud9 going to, veer off from their A-heavy style to actually looking a little bit prone to hit B. They got 3 players outside the lobby right now. With the bomb's not committed, so this could still wind up being all a sham, some type of fake, but at least for now, they're going to look to see if they can't do some work on this B side of the map.
Yeah, forced buy coming in because of that bonus money that they have for Selfless. It is another low buy coming through. No AWPs for Nifty. Famas only enhances Skylar or Relics. As we're trying to push inside this B area, a trade coming through, and it is Stewie2K that stays alive though with 100 HP. Also Uber looking to flank him towards mid, and that clears out B. He's looking back towards Boost. He spots Freakazoid. He loses that fight. It's a 3 versus 3 now, with a bomb in the back of Shroud, still alive and healthy, trying to take control of this mid side for the last 3 guys of Cloud9.
Yeah, now they could actually take this really anywhere they want. They have the 3-on-3, so that gives them the slight edge as it's going to spread the defense thin. We are going to see them lean a little bit more towards the A-bomb site here on Selfless. Meanwhile, Freakazoid going to go ahead and get into middle, get up high away, see what information he can't find. That bomb is tucked in at A main, but if Freak doesn't find some favorable intel, it certainly could back down, but it seems like they're starting to commit for an A hit. 2 up highway, the bomb solo at A main. Relics going to press aggressively into it.
Well, yeah, and because of that flash, it's forced to fall back. It was a counter flash that's huge, but look at that backstab again! One more time, it's traded through, and now it's going to be Cloud9 on a 2 versus 1, moving in for a bomb plan for A main on top of that. Skadoodle's going to be alive with that AWP, misses the shot, gives away his position, but this is going to be big for him right now. He gets good backup from his teammate. He could fall back towards that A main, but they do have the setup from Quad and from Forklift.
Yeah, I mean, they really needed Relics to be able to get in A main and clear that out. If they could have gotten control of A main, maybe that goes differently, but because they got forced back by a counter flash, then they get backstabbed by Highway, and that's when the round's lost. So they've been getting burned by Highway a lot this game. That round, you can almost kind of understand it. It was a 3-on-3. You're kind of hard-pressed to be able to cover all angles. And then just when they get shut down trying to make the one play they had, that just ruined everything, man.
Exactly. It was a nice counter flash going on for Cloud9 to prevent that CT member from pushing towards that A main, and that's why you saw them scramble a little bit towards that Forklift and just got the easy kill there for Cloud9. But they're doing so well right now, Cloud9, reading Selfless like a book, anti-striding every single round, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, they're playing hot right now. I mean, they're still keeping that super aggressive style, kind of the run and gun style, but they're doing it in a way that's more coordinated. Like, their nades are better timed, they're synced up with their peaks together. But as I say that, Selfless able to get themselves a 5-on-3 start. This is one of the best starts to a round they've had this game. Yeah,
a nice big Poc flash to look towards that mid-main to be able to get that kill. But now already Relics has fallen down. It's going to be a 4-on-3 to narrowing that gap. But if Uber decides to peek from that playground at mid, he's going to be caught off by nothing. A nice spray there by Shroud from that blue door. Nifty trying to boost up. Again, I don't know what they're doing. They should just hold angles. Just hold angles.
Yeah, now all that ground they gain is eradicated. Cloud9 now a man up. It might get worse, but Shroud does get dealt with. But it's still going to be a 2v1 take here on the B-bomb site. Mitch has to come up huge.
He spots the first one here, misses the spray, nothing, trying to capitalize back, but Quali comes in for the kill, runs out of bullets, switches over to P2K, the bomb is down at least, that's the advantage there. He's looking for some cover, but that incinerator grenade is keeping him out. He comes in for the buddy up, gets the knife, and then TK'd by Uber. Okay, it's a scramble, but it worked. They got it
worked.
From a TK, at least they got some money.
Just ignore what happened and just know it worked, okay?
Close your eyes, guys, just listen to that kill.
Yep, it worked. That's all that matters. The end result, God, man. We got there. So finally, Selfless breaking through and around. Not a convincing one, though. I mean, they started that round out in a 5-on-3, and it still came down to the wire, so that wasn't necessarily one that lets you breathe a sigh of relief. They're still on the ropes at this point. They need to win a couple in a row. Uber going to try to make a play here, getting aggressive. Shroud, though, waiting for it, grabs the kill. Mainline does trade, though.
Yeah, it stays aggressive, and look at that, they're already pushing towards the A-bomb side as well. Everybody's splashed up, but Mainline's holding its ground from this blue door, getting a double kill, sorry. As Relics was able to get one there towards that quad side. Skadoodle does have that op to work with still. Nifty, I think he's opting it right now from the E-box area, so he's going to try to look back towards his A main, waiting for that smoke to dissipate. And now he's looking towards the left side angle, the perfect angle to try to catch Skadoodle. Nothing about to meet up with his teammate, and they're going to try to clutch a 4 versus 2.
Going to be very difficult to break through this. Now Selfless has done really well this round. Mainline, the big player, being able to get the trade indoor and then stop the A main push. So finally some frags going Selfless's way. In a game or a series really where they've struggled to find them, they finally do this round.
Nothing giving his position away with that initial spray, trying to bait him out, but Skadoodle does not hit the op, so that's going to be tough right now for Nothing. Gets the first one, lines up the second to no avail. Skylar is going to be able to pick him off with the FAMAS, picks up the AWP as well. So they're going to go for a double op setup here, probably a mid and A hold, or Nifty opting towards Z and then using the op towards that B side. And it's Relics actually is able to use that AWP from time to time. I've seen him do quite well on maps like Train.
Yeah, he's definitely usually the secondary opera, so I'm not surprised to see him have it. They could also anchor both sides and just do it like a 1-3-1, but looks like they're just going to put Relics at middle, and they're going to put Nifty at B.
Yeah, that's right. And Nifty
Too
already
bad
had a great
Cloud9's
spot
going
too.
A heavy.
Yeah, well, it's going to be that blue door press first for Selfless. And at this point, they can just try to hold that area. Yeah, but
still they catch round anyway.
The fight.
Wow.
But they've already committed towards this A main, waiting for that smoke to come out, and they could focus really just on that blue door area. Freakazoid, though, goes for that shoulder peek a little bit too late, but still manages to get the kill onto mainline. Uber only has 19 HP, and Skadoodle's going to be watching it now with the op.
I think they might have an idea that Uber's still here. I'm not 100% sure. It looked like Freakazoid was still holding the angle.
They have to. Because Uber was actually the one that got the first kill, right? So then now Freakazoid is able to take it down. They were focusing towards that blue door. Now it's a double op setup. So Relics is already inside the site, so he has to come up big close range. Oh, nice volley as well by Nifty. Draws the bomb carriers, and it's a 2 versus 2. Might give a chance for a retake here as Relics gets the kill with the AWP as well. So Skadoodle on the other side of the spectrum has an AK instead of an AWP to work with, and they're able to hold a double op setup for Nifty and Relics. Great job there.
That got real scary for a moment with Freakazoid being able to get the entries into the A-bomb site, but some smart plays there from Nifty and Relics together in the end to pull it out. And so that's actually 3 in a row here for Selfless, and there's still some money here for Cloud9, but it's starting to run dry. They're starting to get to that point where money is becoming scarce, and that could maybe help, you know, kickstart the comeback even more for Selfless as they're starting to approach Cloud9 score.
But on the other end of the scoreboard as well, if they actually start losing this one, Selfless will be forced on to save and trade to start at B main. Bomb is already down as well, but they're not rotating as of yet. They know that there's still 1 minute and a half to work with, so then they're just going to try to let Cloud9 compose himself, and it could just focus on double setups at A and B.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it didn't work out that well because they went 1-for-1, which favors Cloud9, but at least they were smart enough to realize they couldn't hold that bomb. There was no way that was going to happen, so they just go ahead and back off. They lick their wounds, and they just set themselves up for later to hope that they can still pull this one out.
They do have that smoke wall towards this mid side to take that control, and it's going to be Freakazoid moving in towards the checker side. So you can see that pinch coming through. The bomb is still down where it initially fell from the hands of Skadoodle. But they are trying to get the entries first with Stewie and Freakazoid. So let's see what happens here. Freakazoid gets the first kill to Mitch. Whiff shot by Nifty on the upper heaven side of B. He's trying to get the second pick, but big flash coming through. Now they have control of B side. Great job there for the entry trackers of Stewie 2K and Freakazoid.
Got a little bit scared they left the bomb behind. Nothing, thanks to Stewie 2K, is able to get back there and grab it because Stewie 2K was able to get control of the site. But it's a 3-on-4 retake situation here for Selfless. It looks like they're thinking about it, but it just depends on whether they can find a frag fast enough.
Yeah, they do have 2 kits to work with. Really only 1 flash to work with as well. So it comes down to the AWP to try to get these quick shots. But no, after Relics would fall, I think at this point they'll try to save. Yes, indeed. You see him backpedaling, trying to salvage his 2 AWPs. On the other end, Cloud9 are not going on the hunt either because they don't really have that much money to work with as well. But it's going to be at the bottom line, 8-3 in favor of Cloud9 with both Nifty and Uber trying to save towards A. They are actually trying to hunt him down. So they push all the way towards T-spawn, mid-side, but so far they're staying safe at the blue door for the CTs.
Yeah. Like they might be able to even keep these. Nothing, though, is actually going to start closing this distance. Uber starting to shake a little bit here, and Nothing is going to take them out. So they only save 1 op, but at least it is something. But no one else really has money because of the resets. That's kind of a problem. And again, Cloud9, they're not doing anything special. They're executing within the first 30 seconds of the round. They're just doing so as a unit. Like, no one's peeking alone. They're going out there together. And not only that, but they're straight up winning all their fights, which I mean, Cloud9's an aim-heavy team, and they're not really deep strategically. They just rely on trade fragging and having 6 shots on some of their players, and they're all landing today, so that's why they're doing so well.
So only an op to work with, 3 P2, well, 2 P250s, and then a P2K and a 5.7. No armor as well for Selfless. Trying to bring this economy back, but Cloud9 definitely setting their mark on this first half, and have been dominant through this series so far. Having a dominant victory on the first map of Dust 2, it continues on and transfers over to Cash, with them trying to take control of this mid side with Stu 2K and nothing going to work now.
Yeah, they had that smoke out. They're trying to do flashes, but look at this. Selfless are just, screw it. This team's never faked this before. We're just going to go ahead and rotate. And that could pay off. Nifty actually has control of A main as well with this op press through, so this could get a little bit scary for Cloud9 if they try to go for this mid-A split.
Thing is, they were focusing on that highway, but nobody was watching that blue door. That could have been huge if anybody was working towards that Cloud9 side. So again, it's where they're not watching each other's backs that actually loses the round for them, and that's quite unfortunate, the story of them for now on this half. Yeah, mainline's going to try to get this frag.
Yeah, he saw the barrel, but he misses the shots. Oh man, he had him dead the rights there, at least with information, but just couldn't find the frags. Now nothing gets 2 kills in control of middle, and Cloud9 with the 5-on-3. They will split B, where only one player is here. It's going to be Relix, and he's only got a 5-7.
So unfortunate there. Big flash coming through. He might be able to get the kill, but he gets tagged down from the aim punch. And they take over this B bomb side. There's really only Shroud lurking around towards this A side, which is smart, because they do want to prevent Nifty from saving the IBP. He's in great position right now at that blue door. He's going to spot him, and he's going to take him down with Freakazoid. Last guy only with a pistol. Doesn't really matter.
Man, what happened to the Selfless from yesterday and from the past couple of weeks? They're nowhere to be found right now. They just can't hit shots.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
I don't think, not only that, but again, I know I sound like a broken record, but they're not watching each other's backs. I think they have to rework a lot of their positioning right now on Cash. Even though this is their map pick, there's so many angles they're not watching. And from
Here's
their
the
stats,
thing. Why have they never tried like a 1-3-1? I mean, Cloud9's been ripping mid every single round. It's because they're giving it to them. And guess what? Like, that's okay if you can still hold the slides, but they're not doing that. So I feel like they should be trying to contest mid a little bit more. Stop allowing Stu ETK all this free reign. But they've never really even tried it on a round where they had guns.
And you do have players that could actually hold sites on their own too, like Mainline and Relics.
Or an op on Nifty, just anchor a site that allows you to put some more rifles inside mid. But yeah, they just never really tried to go for that.
Well, 1 minute advantage now for Cloud9 as Nifty is trying to look back towards this highway. Uber pushing through the door, and he gets caught there by Shroud.
Yeah.
And as aggressive as Cloud9 is, they're just holding really much their angle as long as they can as well, and it works in their favor, so everything is just working. Nifty finally tries to shed some light right now, gets caught out in the open, running through smoke as well. He might be able to catch one. Oh my god, finally nothing takes him down, but that was kind of
I was looking good for a second there, but it didn't quite develop the way he wanted to, and now it's just a 4-on-1. Mitch does have a flank that Cloud9 may not expect to be here this fast. But he's still 1-on-4 at the end of the day.
Exactly. Should have just taken the kill. Yeah. Shroud watching on the left side of that smoke. He almost could have backstabbed there. Skadoodle to at least make it a 3 versus 1 and moving aggressively. But now it's 10-3. Another Brook team is going to be Selfless on the CT side. They are going to go for a pistol upgrade, but this is pretty much the end of the half here.
Weird. Like, Cloud9's only really made a subtle difference to their T side, and the subtle difference is that they're better timed. Like, Freakazoid's coming up highway right at the same time that someone's coming out A main, so they're on the same page as far as when they get aggressive. I think it's actually the key difference in Cloud9's play. It's not a guy running out by himself anymore like it used to be. Now it's people running out together.
That's true. And now things are changing a little bit here. They do have that 1-3-1 as you asked for, Dust, but they only have it with pistols. And only one guy is pushing through that smoke at the end of the day, and he gets caught. And just like that, I think we'll start seeing them losing guns after guns. Uber gets something done at least towards that forklift side, but quickly trading out by nothing with the AK queued up towards the A site with his teammates now. With Nifty there with Relics. They do have the AK to work with, but that's it.
Wow, man. I feel like Ryu is going to fire up the demos with this team later, and they're going to get triggered almost every round they watch by something that didn't really go the way they wanted. To be fair, though, on Dust 2, it wasn't like they made so many mistakes. They just literally couldn't get any control of the map. They just were getting out fragged across the board. This map, it's been a bit more just like they've run out of steam. You can see they're trying different things. They're desperate to win rounds. That's why you see them more prone to like push squeaky door and things like that, because they're trying to find something.
You look at Cloud9's strategy at the same time. For the first 15 seconds, you saw Skadoodle just bunny hop inside T-spawn, and then he's holding B pushes. He knows right now it's desperate measures for Selfless, so they're going to try to play it aggressively. And now they're just holding spawns. So spawns, angles, and they're winning. So this is Cloud9 definitely proving and showing that they're clearly the stronger team in this series today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head. They know what's up, and that's why they're just kind of sitting back and letting the frags fall into their lap now. They've already done their job. They've already, proven that they can just get out there, roll out, take a site. Now they're letting the game come to them.
Yeah, now it's another 12-3 on the half, pretty much, because it's a full-man roster against Uber with the CZ. One interior grenade to work with, but he's about to walk through the smoke. He gets spammed through the smoke at the same time. A nice little bit of a TK from Freakazoid to help Uber get the kill onto Shroud. But bottom line, 12-3 for Cloud9 over Selfless.
What can you say, man? I mean, there's not much to pull from that, is there? Cloud9 just
we've mentioned it pretty much throughout this whole map as well, right? It's just one team is stronger than the other, where that team that's getting dominated or just they didn't have the right CT strats, to be honest. You guys could see it as well. I mean, it was quite obvious of how they were able to be picked apart by Cloud9.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I was really hoping for a lot more. Like, when I saw the band pick phase, I'm like, cool, we got some maps that both teams are very comfortable on. Both teams have been playing well in this tournament. Selfless has been playing well for the past couple of weeks. It looks like they haven't really lost any ground. A lot of people were concerned this team wouldn't do well once Kusta left, but Uber's, can maintain his form. Nifty stepped in. He's looked really good in most of their games. Mitch has even looked on fire some games, but yeah, they're just not on today so far. And it's getting down to the end. I mean, Cloud9 in the meantime, Freakazoid, we talked about him in the pregame show. He's been kind of hit or miss for Cloud9 over the past couple of months, I would say. But yesterday against Optic, he was a monster, and he's been looking that exact same lane this series too. So that's good for Cloud9. And really, everyone's playing well for Cloud9 right now. They're firing on all cylinders at this point. There's really no weak point there. Meanwhile, Selfless just can't seem to get anything done.
All right, well, you guys can see it on the scoreboard as well. Pretty much nothing, and nothing played a quite impressive game at 17-4, but we haven't really talked about him that much, right? We looked at the entry fraggers first, and it was Stewie and Freakazoid laying the groundwork before by getting those lurk kills towards that mid side, and the rest was just easy pickings for Shroud and nothing for the rest, because you're forcing rotations, the other guys are coming out, they're shooting everybody from Selfless and behind in their backs, and that's why you see so many high frags there for nothing in Shroud, pretty much being the moppers of the aisles. But on the other side of Selfless, really, they had to pick something up, and it didn't work. Hopefully it works out for them on the T side, as we're about to start this pistol round here for the second half. Nifty, Mitch, Uber, mainline, and Relics here for the iBUYPOWER Cup. Second half, second map. If they lose this one, they actually get eliminated by Cloud9, Stewie 2K, Shroud, Freakazoid, Skadoodle, and nothing. And they start off with a pop flash inside A main, with young Stu getting the headshot onto Uber.
Oh man, so it continues, doesn't it? Cloud9 just running through right now, already getting themselves a big advantage with a 5-1-4 early on. Allows them to even kind of have a little bit more freedom with their rotates, as we are going to see the rest of Selfless gathering up in B lobby. Shroud does have the angle here. The flash not going to affect him. He'll look for the shot. He's going to find it.
He gets the first one onto Nifty, but here comes the other two guys. Make that a third guy catching up with his teammates as well, trying to stream inside this B main. Looks like they decide to fall back, though. But look at that mini-map. Two guys at mid, three guys at B. They're running all the way back, and there's only really Stewie 2K that's going to be watching it from that highway to A main.
Selfless doesn't even know what they're going to do right now. They're actually going to double back over here to mid, but Freakazoid's going to go ahead and spot it here. They could attack Vince to go still B. There's a couple players still sitting there, though, and now it's just a shooting gallery for Cloud9. They're popping off all across the board. So far, 3 of Cloud9's members have found frags. Could be a team ace here. Skadoodle winds up with the final frag. Not going to be the case, though. Shroud will get his second, and Cloud9 now up 13-3, and Selfless just look absolutely drained at this point.
I mean, in the first 2 rounds of this second map, there was only 1 kill on the scoreboard for Selfless. And then now this time here, they had 0 kills on the pistol round on that second half. So really, that's what sets the tone for the beginning of the map as well, and not only for who's going to be the stronger team, but also for the economy. If you're not able to win rounds on the T side, at least you have $300 kills that can help you build that economy on T side to get those cheaper AKs onto the second half. Now they're just going to try to stream through with Tech 9, but that crossfire is just too strong. 3 guys already down, 2 more to go. That's Mitch and Relics make that soon only Relics, as Mitch is down to 7 HP at B main.
Yeah,
Last one falling down too.
Forced by not paying off when it needed to, and I mean, now they just have to keep forcing. They can't really sit back and wait for a bye because Cloud9 are, you know, right on the doorstep of, you know, winning this series and moving on to the finals to play against the winner of Liquid and CLG. What a tournament this has been, dude. So many surprises. May not have been surprising that Cloud9 win this series, but in the fashion they've done so, it's just way more dominant than what I anticipated.
And we saw a huge battle back, though, on this map from Selfless, right? Yesterday when they played against Luminosity.
Yeah.
But this time it's just not working at all. I mean, Cloud9 is... As much as we're saying how weak Selfless is for this match today, Cloud9 has been just proven to be dominant. I'm looking forward to seeing the finals today.
Yeah, absolutely. If they can maintain this form, they could just rip through this whole tournament as this round is in the books. Cloud9 now at map point. Dust 2 was quite a one-sided affair, and this map has certainly followed suit. We're going to have Selfless just again going for another 4 spot. They have no choice. Cloud9, I mean, they're going to get to the finals real fast. I mean, this whole entire best of 3 has only taken about an hour.
Yeah, usually not the type of matchup you usually see here at this level, but then again, sometimes things do happen. It's just like any sport right now for any team. You're playing X amount of matches, there's some matches where you're just going to get swiped away, right? So, this also being one of them.
I mean, Celtics had such a good day yesterday. It wasn't even just this tournament. They had played some other league play in ESL Pro League and had some good wins over there last night as well.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Sometimes you're overplaying, and then there's just some days where you're just totally off, and this is one of them.
Yeah,
and Stewie2K getting the first kill for the team, and it's going to be him going to be opping instead of Skadoodle. Skadoodle does have the M4 for the roster, but at series point for them to move on to the finals, there's really only Tech 9s and Deagles to work with for their opponents. So Selfless are trying to move up here by taking control of mid and streaming up on this highway side to try to finish towards A. They are able to... Okay, maybe not. At least Mitch is coming out there with 2 1Ds onto Freakazoid, on to Skadoodle. Stewie2K is already flanking from the back, gets 1 op kill, gets 2 op kills, gets the 3rd op kill for the A-bomb side to capitalize on a 4K to move Cloud9 to the finals. That was some quick shots there. Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry Stewie. Or Dirty Stewie.
Yes, I mean, here's the thing. There's not much to analyze when you look at the 2 games by themselves, so I'm not even going to bother. But I will just kind of give you 2 quick storylines, and I'll start with Selfless. For one, they're a better team than what you saw today. So when you see this result, take it with a grain of salt. Don't sit here and think, oh, now Selfless is over. These guys have been putting up really good results over the past couple of weeks in CEVO, in this tournament when they beat Luminosity. They've been doing well in the ESL Pro League. Nifty's look good. Mitch's look pretty good. They seem to still be where they were even when they, you know, had Kusta. They haven't really lost too much, I feel like. But just today, they weren't clicking, you know, and I think that's obviously apparent. But my point is I just wouldn't walk away from this giving up on this team. I think that they still are pretty decent. They just didn't show up today. The other story is Cloud9 are just, I don't even know what happened, dude. Like a fire just got lit under them for this tournament. They've been looking kind of mixed results. I mean, they did make the major. That was a good result. But they had some trouble in the Malmo qualifiers and the Katowice qualifiers where they were looking certainly not themselves. But in this tournament, I mean, they so far out of the 4 matches they've played, 3 of them have been like this, where they haven't allowed their opponent more than 5 rounds. You know, because they beat Optic up really bad on this map yesterday, too, here on Cash. They won Mirage in a closer game, but still, Cloud9 putting up some great results in this tournament. They're looking really good. Urakanji seems to be having some effect on them as a coach this tournament. Apparently, Stewie's been helping with leadership. Apparently, he called their Mirage game against Optic yesterday, and their T side looked a lot better actually yesterday on Mirage. Funny enough, you wouldn't maybe suspect Stewie to be the type of leader that can corral the troops on a T side, but he did yesterday, and they look great today here against Selfless. So props to them. They have made it to the finals in grand fashion.
I mean, Irukanji is definitely one of those players that maybe some people might not hear about him a lot. He's played towards the beginning of CSGO when he actually was calling, I think it was for Area 51, when he made it towards the ESC LAN.
Manajumas.
Manajumas, yes.
He was
right,
Shroud's in-game leader, and like Shroud's only maybe second pro team he ever played for. So
that's it. Yeah,
the
that's
connections
it. He was
there.
back then. So, and also he's been a great leader for EG back at the end of 1.6 when he was actually leading the Counter-Strike 1.6 team as well. So he does have a lot of experience as a strat caller and as a coach. So it is a good addition for Cloud9. Hopefully that could turn things around. But actually, before we move on to the next matchup, because we actually haven't even talked about the next matchup. So Cloud9 moves on to the finals. To see who they face off against will have to be against the winner between Liquid and CounterLogic Gaming. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But before we get into that, you guys might call it sellout, but it's not really a sellout if they actually have a giveaway to give you guys. And it's actually going to be pretty huge. I mean, it's a